Hey guys, it's Tink Daily today bringing you, this is the second video that was supposed to be in the A to Z challenge as a bonus video that I never did because, well, 26 videos in a row was exhausting, to the point where even this video I procrastinated too much, and this is very last minute. Like, it'll be up on time, but I've got to go to class in, I don't know, I don't even know what time it is, 45 minutes. I'm leaving in half an hour, so I've still got to like go get ready, but I've also got to upload this video and render it and all that other jazz. So I'm gonna have to be doing that in class a little bit, which I really didn't want to do. But you know, here we are. My class does finish before this video needs to be uploaded, so if I can't, then I still have time to do that. But yeah, yeah. I didn't really know how to do this build. I kind of like, I've been to a few botanical gardens before, and when my roommate requested this is a second roommate, I had asked two of my roommates to give me ideas of what they wanted me to build. When I had this one as a second build, I just noticed those tables are not even. Anyway, yeah, when I was asking and they said, oh yeah, can you do a botanical garden? I was like, sure. I'll figure it out. And here I am, I figured it out. It is still, like, I don't feel as happy about it. It does feel a little bland. I do put a bit more effort into, like, I was just gonna leave it a little bit sparse and blank, but I put some more, landscaping around, because I was speaking to one of the roommates and I was like, I don't know how to make my builds better because, like, they have come distance, like, they've gotten better, but how do I make them even better than what they are now? And they were asking me a whole bunch of questions about, like, could you do this, could you do that, looking at my builds, giving me opinions on them. A little hurtful in some of them, but, like, they weren't trying to be mean, they were just being honest. And I mean, not many people like being criticized, but I took that criticism to heart, and for the time limit that I had and the amount of procrastinating I did for this build, I think I did a little bit better. If you have any tips or tricks below, or what you want me to do to up level my builds, please let me know down below, and I will definitely try and incorporate those sorts of things, because I don't like having boring, bland builds. I want to be fun and fantastic, and I'm sometimes just boring. Which, you know, sometimes a boring build is good. Sometimes that's what people actually want to play with. But I also want to be fun. I also want to try and, you know, like, I could have just done the plants that you see now, like, just around the edge, but I decided to go ahead and do this extra bit. And then I come back and add even more plants later on, and I feel like it's not mind-blowingly amazing, but it definitely lifts it up a bit. It's definitely not so bland and boring. And I tried to mimic the plant life that was around outside of the build, so I come through later and add a bit more of that. Definitely a lot more comfortable with terrain paint. I used to never do it and be like, oh no, but and then I'd be really picky with it, and now I'm just like, yeah, go crazy. Do these random things. Let's just put a walking path in. And yeah, it's interesting. It's fun that I can do stuff like this, and I don't know, I feel a lot more accomplished with myself. I definitely feel putting more effort in. I mean, obviously that's going to make your builds better, but I feel like it's also, I've kind of learnt a lot more as I put more effort in. I'm exploring the game more. I'm figuring out, you know, oh, I could do this, I could do that. And I don't know, I feel like I've come a long way. For the people who've been here for the long term, you guys probably would be able to say that for sure. But I showed my roommate, like, previous things I've done, and they said, yeah, no, you've definitely come a long way, like you've whatever, but apparently I'm still very bland. I lack depth, which when I asked them, okay, how do I make my builds have depth, they didn't know. Which is fine because they're not a Sims person. They just support me in what I do. But it's just like, how do I make it have depth if I don't even know what you're talking about? Like, I do in certain steps, certain aspects. Like, the stacked house I did, I feel like that has a lot of depth. It's got a lot of details, it's got a lot of character, and you can definitely tell that, you know, there's a certain style of people who live there, there's a certain group of people who'd live there. And yeah, but like some of my other builds, like it's just a generic house. It doesn't. They're very correct in saying, yeah, it's not. It's not very depth. Not very depth. It's not very. It doesn't have much depth. So yeah, they are correct. And yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how to put more depth into it because even this, like I put more detail into it and it just feels like I'm putting things in just for the sake of putting things in, but at some points it actually does feel like it's got a bit of depth. So yeah, long story short, if you have any tips or tricks on that, please let me know down below because I will definitely take that on board. And I've also been looking at other builders and what they do and how I can use them as inspiration. I think the other thing is my time constraints because I know some builders spend hours on their builds and I spend between 1 and 2 hours on my builds, so I like that's another obvious thing, but yeah, it's not exactly the only reason why I'm not as good. Like some people, I'm quite happy to admit, I mean, I'm not happy that it's the truth, but I'm open to admit that I don't have the same amount of talent that other people do. That's just a fact, and it's something I have to learn. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about this video. Is I've still got a ways to go and a lot to learn. So if you have any tips or tricks that you think I should learn, please let me know down below and I will definitely try and incorporate them in the future. I have learned like little things here and there, like 1 or 2 things that I've incorporated, and I definitely have come a lot further, but now I need to keep learning and go even further. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this build, please let me know down below because, I mean, like I said before, I like depth. If you enjoy it, then I know I'm heading in the right direction. So yeah, if you want to see more builds like this, I come out with 2 builds a week. And hopefully getting better at as I do them. Yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.